Alright everyone, welcome. Before we get into any of this, let me just say thank you for being here. Because today, we're diving into something that is completely reshaping the world of money as we know it. I'm talking about AI and cryptocurrency. And I know, those words can sound super complicated, maybe even a little intimidating, but I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to understand it. And to show my appreciation, I have a free gift for everyone who subscribes today. It's a guide on the top 5 beginner investing mistakes to avoid. It's completely free, just for hitting that subscribe button. It's my way of saying thanks for joining me on this journey. Now, let's get down to business. You hear these terms thrown around all the time on the news, on social media, maybe from that one friend who won't stop talking about their Dogecoin investment. It feels like you're being left behind if you don't get it. The truth is, most people are just nodding along pretending they understand. But understanding this stuff is the key to unlocking some incredible financial opportunities. It's not just for tech geniuses or Wall Street traders anymore. This technology is becoming a part of our daily lives, and the sooner you grasp the basics, the better positioned you'll be to make smarter decisions with your money. We're going to break it all down, piece by piece, using simple language. No confusing jargon, I promise. We'll use stories and analogies that actually make sense. Think of me as your guide through this new digital frontier. We'll explore what this stuff is, how it works, and most importantly, what it means for you and your bank account. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. How can this new technology help you build wealth, protect your assets, and achieve your financial goals? That's the question we're going to answer together. So get comfortable, maybe grab a coffee, and let's get started. The goal here is simple: to empower you with knowledge. Knowledge is the most valuable asset you can have, especially when it comes to finance. It's the difference between making a lucky guess and making an informed decision. It's the difference between falling for a scam and spotting a genuine opportunity. The world is changing fast, and the financial landscape is changing with it. By taking the time to learn about AI and crypto, you're not just keeping up, you're getting ahead of the curve. So let's jump right in and start building that foundation of knowledge, one simple concept at a time. So, let's start with the big one, cryptocurrency. What is it? In the simplest terms, cryptocurrency is digital money, that's it. Think about the money in your bank account right now. You probably see it as a number on a screen on your banking app, right? You use a debit card or an app to spend it. In a way, you're already using a form of digital money. Cryptocurrency is just the next step in that evolution. It's money that is designed to exist entirely online, secured by some really clever technology called cryptography, which is just a fancy word for secret coding that makes it super secure. But here's the key difference, and this is what makes it so important. Your bank account is controlled by a bank, a central authority. They can freeze your account, they charge fees, and they are the middleman for every single transaction you make. Cryptocurrency, on the other hand, is decentralized. This means there is no single bank, company, or government in charge. It's like a financial system for the people, run by a global network of computers. This idea of decentralization is a huge deal because it puts the power and control back into your hands. You become your own bank. Why does this even matter? Well, think about it. Imagine sending money to a friend in another country. With a traditional bank, this can take days and involve hefty fees. With a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can send it directly to them in minutes with much lower fees because you're cutting out all the middlemen. It's a more direct, efficient, and often cheaper way to move value around the world. This opens up financial services to people who might not have access to traditional banks, creating a more inclusive global economy. It's not just about speculation, it's about creating a more open financial system. This concept can feel a little abstract at first, I get it. The best way to think about it is like the Internet of money. In the early days, the Internet allowed us to share information directly with anyone, anywhere, without a central publisher controlling everything. Cryptocurrency aims to do the same thing, but for value. It allows you to send and receive money directly, peer-to-peer, just like sending an email. This fundamental shift is why so many people are excited about its potential to completely change how we think about ownership, transactions, and the entire financial industry as we know it. Okay, so we know crypto is decentralized digital money. But how does it work without a bank to keep track of everything? The magic behind it is a technology called the blockchain. I know, another buzzword, but stick with me. The blockchain is simply a public ledger, like a giant shared digital spreadsheet. Every single transaction that ever happens with a specific cryptocurrency gets recorded on this spreadsheet. The block part refers to transactions being grouped together in blocks. The chain part is because each new block is mathematically linked to the one before it, creating a chain of blocks. This chain is what makes it so secure. Once a block of transactions is added to the chain, it's incredibly difficult to change or tamper with. To cheat the system, you'd have to go back and change a previous block, which would also mean you'd have to change every single block that came after it, all while the entire global network is watching and verifying. This would require an insane amount of computing power, making it practically impossible. It's like trying to secretly change a sentence in a book when thousands of copies of that book exist all over the world simultaneously. The network would immediately spot the version that doesn't match. So who updates this giant spreadsheet? This is where miners or validators come in. These are people or companies all over the world who dedicate powerful computers to one job: verifying transactions and adding new blocks to the chain. They compete to solve a complex math problem, and the first one to solve it gets to add the next block and is rewarded with some brand new cryptocurrency. This process is what creates new coins and keeps the entire network secure and running smoothly. It's a brilliant system that incentivizes people to contribute to the network's health and security. Think of it like a digital notary service run by thousands of independent notaries all at once. When you want to send money, you announce it to the network. These notaries all check to make sure you actually have the funds and that the transaction is valid. Once they reach a consensus, they stamp it, add it to the public record book, the blockchain, and the transaction is complete. Because this record book is distributed across so many computers, no single person can fake a transaction or spend money they don't have. It's a system built on transparency and mathematical proof instead of trust in a single institution. Alright, let's switch gears for a second and talk about the other star of the show, artificial intelligence, or AI. When you hear AI, you might picture futuristic robots from movies, but the reality is that AI is already all around us, and it's much simpler than you think. At its core, AI is about teaching computers to think and learn in a way that's similar to the human brain. It's about creating software that can recognize patterns, make decisions, and solve problems without being explicitly programmed for every single task. It's less about creating a conscious being and more about creating a really, really smart tool. You use AI every single day without even realizing it. When Netflix or YouTube recommends a video for you to watch next, that's AI. It has analyzed your viewing history, compared it to millions of other users, and made an educated guess about what you'll enjoy. When you use Google Maps to find the fastest route, AI is analyzing real-time traffic data to redirect you around a jam. Even the spam filter in your email inbox is a form of AI, learning to identify and block junk mail based on patterns it has seen before. It's a powerful pattern recognition engine. There are different levels of AI, but the kind we're seeing today is mostly narrow AI. This means the AI is designed to be really good at one specific task. An AI that can beat the world champion at chess can't also drive a car or recommend a movie. It's highly specialized. The goal of this technology is to automate repetitive tasks and analyze massive amounts of data far faster and more accurately than any human ever could. Imagine having to read through 1 million documents to find one piece of information. A human would take years. An AI could do it in minutes. The real breakthrough came with something called machine learning. This is a subset of AI where, instead of programming the rules, you just feed the computer a ton of data and let it figure out the rules for itself. For example, to teach an AI to recognize a cat, you don't describe what a cat is, you just show it millions of pictures of cats. Eventually it learns the patterns, the pointy ears, the whiskers, the tail, and can identify a cat in a picture it's never seen before. This ability to learn from data is what makes AI such a game changer across so many industries, especially finance. Now let's connect the dots. How does this super smart pattern-finding AI technology get used in the world of finance? Well, the answer is, in almost every way imaginable. Finance is all about data. Stock prices, market trends, economic reports, company earnings, it's a tidal wave of information. For a human trader, trying to process all of this in real time is impossible. You might be able to track a handful of stocks, but you can't track thousands. But for an AI, analyzing massive data sets is exactly what it was built for. It can see the big picture in a way that humans simply can't. One of the biggest uses is in algorithmic trading. This is where AI systems are programmed to execute trades automatically based on a set of rules and data points. These AI traders can analyze market news, social media sentiment, and technical price charts all at once, and they can make a trade in a fraction of a second. They can spot tiny, fleeting opportunities that a human would miss and act on them instantly. This isn't just about speed, it's about making decisions that are free from human emotion. The AI doesn't get scared during a market crash or greedy during a rally. It just follows the data and the strategy it was given. AI is also transforming how banks and lenders make decisions. When you apply for a loan or a credit card, an AI algorithm is likely the one analyzing your application. It looks at your credit score, your income, your spending habits, and hundreds of other data points to calculate the risk of lending you money. The goal is to make fairer and more accurate decisions. While there are debates about bias in these algorithms, the idea is to replace subjective human judgment with objective, data-driven analysis, which can potentially open up credit to people who might have been unfairly overlooked by traditional methods. Beyond trading and lending, AI is also your first line of defense against fraud. Banks use sophisticated AI systems to monitor your account activity 24/7. These systems learn your normal spending patterns. If a transaction suddenly appears that looks out of place, like your card being used in a different country when you're at home, the AI can flag it as potentially fraudulent, block the transaction, and send you an alert. This happens in milliseconds and saves consumers and banks billions of dollars every year. The AI is like a silent, sleepless security guard watching over your finances. So what happens when you combine the decentralized, lightning-fast world of cryptocurrency with the brain power of artificial intelligence? Well, you get a combination that has the potential to supercharge the financial landscape. The crypto market is famously volatile and operates 24/7 all over the world. There's no opening or closing bell. For a human trader, this is exhausting and honestly pretty overwhelming. But for an AI, it's the perfect playground. An AI can monitor thousands of different cryptocurrencies across dozens of exchanges, all at the same time, day and night, without ever needing to sleep or take a coffee break. This has given rise to a new generation of crypto trading bots powered by AI. These bots use machine learning to analyze historical price data, trading volume, and even the sentiment on social media platforms like Twitter and Reddit to predict which way the market might move. They can identify complex patterns that a human eye would never see and execute trades based on those predictions. For example, an AI might notice that every time a certain keyword trends on social media, a specific altcoin tends to pump a few hours later. It can then automatically buy that coin to capitalize on the potential move. Security is another area where this partnership really shines. The crypto world, being new and digital, can sometimes feel like the Wild West, with scams and hacks being a real concern. AI is becoming a critical tool in making the ecosystem safer. AI algorithms can be used to scan the blockchain itself, looking for suspicious transaction patterns that might indicate money laundering or other illicit activities. They can also analyze the code of new crypto projects, known as smart contracts, to automatically detect vulnerabilities that could be exploited by hackers, helping to prevent catastrophic losses before they happen. Furthermore, AI is helping to make crypto more accessible and user-friendly. Imagine a robo-advisor for your crypto portfolio. You could tell an AI your financial goals, your risk tolerance, and how much you want to invest. The AI could then analyze the entire crypto market and build a diversified portfolio for you, automatically rebalancing it over time to manage risk and maximize potential returns. This takes the guesswork and emotional decision-making out of crypto investing, offering a more structured and data-driven approach for beginners who might otherwise be intimidated by the market's volatility. Okay, this all sounds very high-tech, but how does it actually affect your daily life and your money? Let's use a simple story. Meet Sarah. Sarah wants to start a small online business selling handmade crafts. In the old world, she'd need a bank account, a payment processor like PayPal or Stripe, and she'd have to deal with international customers and high-currency conversion fees. These middlemen would take a cut of every single sale she makes. It's a slow and expensive process that creates barriers for small entrepreneurs like her. Now let's imagine Sarah's business in a world powered by crypto and AI. Instead of a traditional bank, she can accept payments directly from anyone in the world using a stablecoin, which is a type of cryptocurrency pegged to a stable asset like the US dollar. The transaction is almost instant and costs a fraction of a penny, regardless of where the customer is. This means more of the money she earns goes directly into her pocket. She's not paying 3% to a credit card company or waiting days for a bank transfer to clear. She has immediate access to her funds, giving her more control and flexibility. But it doesn't stop there. Sarah wants to grow her business, so she decides to invest some of her profits. She's not a financial expert, so she uses an AI-powered financial platform. She tells the AI her goals. She wants steady growth with moderate risk. The AI analyzes thousands of investment options from traditional stocks to different cryptocurrencies and builds a personalized, diversified portfolio for her. The AI continuously monitors the markets for her, making small adjustments to protect her investment from downturns and capitalize on new opportunities, all while she focuses on what she does best, making her crafts. This is the real-world impact. These technologies are breaking down financial barriers and democratizing access to tools that were once only available to the ultra-wealthy and large institutions. It's about making international commerce cheaper and faster for small businesses. It's about providing sophisticated, data-driven investment advice to everyday people. It's about creating a financial system that is more efficient, more transparent, and more accessible to everyone, not just a select few. This isn't some distant future. These changes are happening right now, fundamentally altering our relationship with money. With all this incredible opportunity comes great responsibility. The world of AI and crypto is a new frontier, and like any frontier, there are risks and bad actors you need to watch out for. The single most important rule is this: if something sounds too good to be true, it almost certainly is. If someone on social media is guaranteeing massive returns on a new crypto coin or an AI trading bot, run the other way. There are no guarantees in investing. The crypto space is filled with pump and dump schemes and scams promising overnight riches. Always be skeptical. One of the biggest concepts to understand in crypto is not your keys, not your coins. When you buy crypto on a major exchange, you're often trusting that exchange to hold your coins for you. While convenient, this also means if the exchange gets hacked, your funds could be at risk. For serious investors, learning to use a personal crypto wallet, either a software wallet on your computer or a hardware wallet that looks like a USB stick, is crucial. This gives you full control over your private keys, the secret password that gives you access to your coins. It makes you your own bank, which is powerful, but also means security is 100% your responsibility. When it comes to AI, be aware of a new type of scam: AI-powered phishing and deepfakes. Scammers can use AI to create incredibly convincing fake emails, messages, or even voice recordings that sound exactly like someone you know and trust, like a family member or your boss, asking you to send them money. Always be cautious of urgent requests for money, even if they seem legitimate. The best practice is to verify the request through a separate, trusted communication channel. Call the person on their known phone number to confirm it was really them before you send anything. Finally, education is your best defense. Don't invest in anything you don't understand. Take the time to research a cryptocurrency project before buying it. Read its white paper, look at the team behind it, and understand what problem it's trying to solve. For AI tools, read reviews and understand how the technology works before you trust it with your money or data. The space moves fast, but the principles of sound investing and security remain the same. Do your own research, diversify your investments, never invest more than you can afford to lose, and prioritize security above all else. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the basics of what cryptocurrency is to how AI is revolutionizing the entire financial industry. My hope is that this has demystified these topics and shown you the incredible potential they hold. This isn't just about technology for tech's sake, it's about a fundamental shift in how we control, move, and grow our money. The key takeaway is that these tools are becoming more accessible every day, and learning about them now puts you in an incredibly powerful position for the future. Don't be intimidated by it, be curious about it. Your journey into this world is just beginning. The best thing you can do now is to continue learning. Start small. You don't need to bet your life savings. You can start by reading articles from reputable sources, watching educational videos, and maybe even buying a very small amount of a well-established cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum just to understand how the process works. The goal is to get hands-on experience in a low-risk way. Think of it as your financial education. The more you learn, the more confident you'll become in navigating this new landscape. The world of finance is changing whether we are ready or not, and the combination of AI and crypto is at the very heart of that change. By understanding these forces, you're not just a spectator, you become an active participant who can leverage this technology to your advantage. You can make smarter investment decisions, protect yourself from new types of fraud, and find opportunities that simply didn't exist a few years ago. Knowledge is your ultimate tool for building wealth, and you've taken a huge step forward today just by being here and learning. And as a thank you for sticking with me through all of this, I want to remind you about that free gift I mentioned. If you found any of this valuable, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. As soon as you do, you'll get instant access to my free guide, Top 5 Beginner Investing Mistakes to Avoid. It's packed with practical advice that will help you start your investing journey on the right foot. It's completely free, no strings attached. Thank you again for your time. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.